Hey folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, happy Thanksgiving. I know that not everywhere in the world celebrates Thanksgiving today. It's Thanksgiving in the US. Canada, for example, they've already celebrated their Thanksgiving. But here in the US, it's a bit of a tradition to say what you're thankful for on Thanksgiving and to essentially give thanks for all of the people and all the things that have happened that have made your life a positive one this year. So in keeping with that tradition and the fact that today is a holiday here in the US, I'm recording this short video to say what I am personally thankful for when it comes to this channel. And at the top of the list, I have to say how thankful I am to you guys. Without you all, whether it's watching our videos, making donations through Patreon, Ko-fi, or our swag store, or just writing to us and talking to us at events, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be at the 105 or 106,000 subscribers that we are today. We wouldn't have grown. We wouldn't have moved into this new facility. We wouldn't be going to all of the events we were going to, and we most certainly wouldn't have the crew that we have. If it wasn't for you, Erin wouldn't have a job. I would be still doing this in my basement. Well, I don't have a basement, but I'd be doing it in my spare room. And, well, the content from this channel would be very different. So that's the first thing that I'm really thankful for, you guys. The second thing is all of the companies that we've worked for this year or worked with this year. People like 45 Drives, who helped us out of a really sticky situation when our server died. They sent over a 45 Drive Storinator. We did a great sponsored project with them, and I am so grateful and thankful that we now have a reliable storage system. And case in point, we had an issue with one of the drives the other day, and because we're running a 45 Drive Storinator, and because we were running an operating system that's designed for commercial use, we were able to just recover the error and move on. A year ago, that wouldn't have been possible. So super thankful to them. I'm super thankful too to Mahindra and Ford and all of the other companies who have invited us to events this year. From the Nikola truck reveal earlier on this year through to our most recent event in LA. I'm grateful that we've been given the chance to come and film and take part in these fantastic moments in our transition towards cleaner, greener, safer and smarter vehicles. I know that the India trip was one of my highlights of the year. It was a very transformative experience. It was great watching and seeing how Mahindra makes electric vehicles and how different that production line was to, say, a westernized production line. I also am super thankful that Ford gave us that early access to the Ford Mach-E, because it was really important for us to cover that as such a revolutionary vehicle, or at least a vehicle that has the potential to be revolutionary. I'm also super thankful to everyone who's made it possible for us to go to places like CES and the LA Auto Show, because without your donations, again, we'd never have the budget to go and do those things. Our budget for events this year has been probably about $15,000, and that money has to come from somewhere. So again, thanks to you guys, you made it happen. And here's hoping that next year we're going to be able to cover even more events using the same methodologies that we've been using to this point. When it comes to the crew here, I'm super thankful, first up, to my wife, Kate Gordon Bloomfield. No, I'm not talking about Kate Walton Elliot. That's a different Kate. I'm talking about the person that I'm married to. Kate is very rarely on camera. In fact, I don't think she's been on any official Transport Evolved channel videos. She's been in a couple of live streams, but that's it. But without her support, without her guidance, without her love and cheerleading, we wouldn't be where we are today. It was Kate who, back in 2013, allowed me to turn what was essentially a hobby at that point into a day job. And for those first 2 years in the UK, when we were still living in England, she helped me by supporting the family financially and allowing me to build Transport Evolved. And when we moved over here in 2015, she allowed me to grow the business and to make it an official business over here and to make Transport Evolved what it is today. Without her support, without her guidance, without her comfort when I'd come home crying late into the evening because I was just so physically exhausted, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you, Kate. I love you lots. Thanks to the other Kate, Kate Walton Elliot. we haven't had a chance to work all that much together this year because Kate's been doing other projects. She has a day job. But I've had a chance to work with Kate numerous times this year, and every time has been a real pleasure. Kate and I have been friends for years and years. We go a long way back. And it's a real pleasure to see her grow as a presenter and as a journalist over the last year. And she really has. The LA Auto Show was a far smoother experience for her and everybody else than some of our previous events. So thank you, Kate. Sitting behind the scenes a lot of the time, but doing an immense amount of driving for Transport Evolved this year has been Erin. Erin has made such an amazing difference to this company. She has helped provide us with artwork. She's been responsible for bringing the swag store online. She's the person who does all of the planning for all the major events. She's the person who makes it possible for us to appear cogent even when we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off. If it wasn't for Erin's calm, organised manner and wacky personality, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Erin. Erin's not full-time yet. She's only working 4 days a week, but I'm hoping next year we can make her the first full-time Transport Evolved employee, just as she was the first official Transport Evolved employee last year. I also need to thank our camera guys, Brandon 1, Brandon 2, and Michael. Now, I've worked with these guys on and off for various different projects this year, and they only come in when we're doing a big event like a car show or a particular review that needs an extra camera person. Because normally it's just me and a camera or Erin and a camera. But when these guys come on board, they help transform our workflow, and it feels so much more professional when you see the results that they can produce versus what I can produce with a camera. They know their stuff. They are consummate professionals. They're also great fun to be around, and I wouldn't be without any of them. And it's my hope eventually that we can get those guys on full time as video editors and camera guys, because, well, honestly, that's what they deserve. I'm also super thankful to the other members of the EV and plug-in vehicle communities who've worked with us or worked alongside us over the years. This year, we've been able to do some great collaborations. Joe Scott, thank you. Answers with Joe. It was a fantastic collab, and I so enjoyed it. Thanks to Robert and Johnny and the rest of the team at Fully Charged Live. They welcomed us again into their arms. We felt part of the team this year in the UK, and I cannot wait for Fully Charged Live North America, February 1st and 2nd. There's a discount code. Follow it in the link below, because you can get 15% off your tickets, for that event. I'm also super thankful for Tesla and all the other car companies that have produced newsworthy content for us this year, because without them, we wouldn't be here. If there wasn't this churning news cycle, we wouldn't be making the content that we're making. And I'm super grateful for every single piece of news, good and bad, that's helped us build our network and build our voice in the community. And yeah, I don't always agree with what companies do. I don't always agree with Tesla. I don't always agree with GM or Ford or Nissan. But without those companies, I wouldn't be here. So I guess I'm grateful for the news cycle. So that's it. I want to know what you are grateful for this year in our community, in our world. Leave your thoughts below. This is effectively a Sunday musing type video, even though I'm producing it on a Thursday. But for the rest of the week, we're going to roll out some LA Auto Show content. So I hope you'll enjoy that as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Support us using the links below. And we'll be back on Monday with normal content. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving, if you are celebrating, of course. And if you're not, well, just have a great day. As usual, keep evolving.